Hi guys, how are you? Welcome to Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time when I go live on Facebook and talk about stuff you need to know. So today I'm addressing a summer schedule. For some of you, your kids have been home from school now for maybe a week or so. And for some of you, they're not home from school yet. So we've had fun. The kids are off. What are we going to do with them? And what is important about having a schedule? So first of all, before I get started, I want to remind you that above me in the caption is a link for you to put in your name as I stream through StreamYard. And in order for me to see your comments, I'll see your comments, but in order for me to address you by your name, you need to give StreamYard permission to use your name. Otherwise, I see Facebook user. So I would appreciate if you do that. Thank you very much. Secondly, let me tell you who I am before we get started. I'm Celia Kibler, family empowerment coach and author of Raising Happy Toddlers, How to Build Great Parenting Skills and Stop Yelling at Your Kids. It is a manual that I've written. And for those of you that have gotten the book, I hope it has been very helpful. It gives you lots of solutions to all the usual stuff that challenges parents and really helps you stop flying by the seat of your pants and start putting a parenting plan and strategy in place. Hi, sis. How are you? Thank you for joining me. So I'm also the mommy of 5 kids, 2 I gave birth to and 3 I gained through marriage, and the grandma to 9. I've been successfully parenting a blended family for over 26 years and successfully real life parenting for almost 40 years now. So let's get rolling though. Let's talk about finding solutions to this time when your children are off of school. And this pertains to being off for holidays, anytime like spring breaks, summer breaks, holiday, Christmas breaks, things like that. And why is a schedule important? First of all, with no schedule, your kids are just doing whatever your kids want to do. It's kind of chaotic. And when your children are in a chaotic environment, that means there is no schedule, there are no expectations. They themselves will become chaotic. Hi, Bella. How are you? Thanks for joining, honey. So they will become chaotic in that situation because there's no limits or boundaries. I've talked about this before. Limits and boundaries are not mean. They're essential for a child to feel safe, secure, and loved. So that is part of having a schedule, is setting up some boundaries. What is going to be expected? Are you going to be expected to stay on your video games for 24 hours a day? Hopefully not. But if they're allowed to do whatever, that may be their day. They may never get up and do anything because they're focused on their tablets, their video games, whatever it is they have. Do we want them to have other things to do? Yes, we do. Do we want them to stay in touch with their lessons that they've learned and the stuff that they have already achieved so that when they go back to school in the fall, they are not like, oh, I forgot everything? Yes, we do. And so how do we find out? Hi, Patty. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad I've already started answering your questions. Yay. So I opened my phone so I could see your names. Okay. So this is done through a schedule. Now, is the schedule going to be like every hour of the day, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this? No. Because it's summer. We want to have fun. We want to enjoy our summertime. Yes. And part of summer, I don't know about you, but when I was a parent to children, to my children, I remember really enjoying the fact that at summer, I did not have to get up and bring these kids to the bus at a specific time. That was like my favorite moment in life. Yay, it's summer. I don't have to get the kids up. We don't have to go because I've always been an entrepreneur. So I've always had businesses at home in the summer. Now I did run camps, so we did have to go to camp, but they got to come with me, so it was kind of a fun thing. So we had a schedule very much in place because of my work. And for those of you that have to get up and go to work and your children have to go to childcare, there is already a schedule in place. But what about, like, for instance, when I had my grandkids living with me and I did not get up and go to work? And sometimes even when they come to visit. So depending on the length of time, I may put a summer schedule in work. And what does that include? So in my opinion, your summer schedule should be about morning and afternoon and divided by lunch. So morning, I think a great idea is to put your hour by hour schedule in the morning, have lunch, and then enjoy the afternoon for fun and play and random trips and things like that. Now, for those of you that live in very hot climates where the afternoon may be unbearable, and maybe you don't have a pool to go to or something, it may work better that the morning is better for playtime and free time, and the afternoon is better for indoor structure time. Up to you. You do it how it works best for you. But there should be some structure, and there should be a big block of play, adventure, trips, daily trips, things like that. Now, what does the structure include? Your morning routine. Oh, sorry about that alarm, guys. Time for me to go live. Your morning routine that you had for school, and if you don't have one for school, you need one. Consult me if you need help. That morning routine that you want, that you ran during the school year, should be in place every morning during the summer. It may be adjusted. It may not. You have to get out the door by 8. Maybe it's a morning routine that doesn't even start till 8. Or, if you have bigger kids, maybe it starts at 9, but that routine should be followed. What do I mean? We get up, we get dressed, we brush our teeth, we come down for breakfast, we start our day. Sometimes people take baths and showers in the morning. It'll include that. Your best sleep is based on consistent bedtimes and wake up times. So I honestly do not encourage you to just let sleep be also free play. Have a set bedtime and wake time. Can you adjust it a little? Yes, during the summer. But stay consistent with it. The more consistent you stay with it, the better sleep you all will get. And that way, when it comes to school starting again, you're not trying to put them to bed 3 hours earlier than they're used to going to bed. You're right there. You don't have to prepare as much. Maybe you have to adjust an hour. And later in the summer, I'll talk about getting them ready for the school year. Okay, but we're not going to talk about that now because now we're starting our own, our summertime. Hi, Bella. Okay, so they get up, they start their morning routine just like they do. Now, what should be included in the mornings? Here we go. You should include maybe a half hour of reading. Okay, that can also be included later in the afternoon if you want. Half hour of reading, a half hour of some kind of academic work. Little kids, that may be they hop onto ABC Mouse and the program I thought of at the top of my head, and they do some work on that program if they're real little. Bigger kids, all grades, they make workbooks. Kindergarten, 3rd grade, 6th grade. They should be doing one flyer, one worksheet out of their workbook. If they're simpler worksheets, maybe we say every day we do 2 or 3. That whatever takes up about a half hour, they don't need an hour of academic work, but they should have a half hour. So a half hour of reading, a half hour of academic work. Okay. This is a great time to also encourage time with you. So with you, you can be helping them and working with them on reading. You can be reading a page, they can be reading a page. You can be doing it together. You can be doing worksheets together. You can do a worksheet, they can do a worksheet. You can actually with them. You may discover a new love again for schooling. They need to eat during that time. In between reading and worksheet time, there should be a 10-minute energy burn break. That means for 10 minutes, you run around and you refresh yourself and you start for the next half hour of work time. A good half hour may be some computer time, educational computer time, if you need to add that in for any reason. Maybe they have lessons that they need to learn over the summer. So far we've got reading time, less worksheet time, computer time if necessary, depending on what your school has ordered, because there may be computer time later on. Now, that's going to, in between those half hours, you want 10-minute energy burn breaks. You don't want them to just sit there for 3 hours, or what is that, an hour and a half, I'm so good at math, of nonstop screens or reading. They're going to fall asleep. They're not going to stay interested, or worksheets. Half hour reading, energy burn break. Half hour worksheets, energy burn break. If they have computer time that they need to do, then a half hour of computer educational time that they need to do. So that's basically 2 to 3 half hours of regular structured time reading and worksheets. And that's plenty, guys. I'm all for adding in a half hour of board game time where you and them play a board game together. Might be a memory game, might be Battleship, might be Life, might be Monopoly. You know why? Because there is so much to be learned in a board game. There's mathematics, there's strategy, there's conflict resolution, there's reading, there's language development, all in a board game. So I would add in a half hour of board game play. That might be cards included, puzzles, things like that. And then we have lunch. And then the afternoon is free to do whatever you want to do. Maybe they're going to go outside and play. You're going to go to the pool. You're going to take a day trip somewhere. But in the morning, you have your morning routine, you eat breakfast, and then you have a half hour of reading, and it doesn't have to go in this order. You can let them sit with you and design their morning schedule or their summer schedule. Half hour of reading, half hour of worksheet based on their grade, half hour of online learning, and a half hour of gameplay, board gameplay. And you can arrange that however you want. And if they don't have an online, learning thing that they're required to do during the summer, there are so many great virtual museum visits you can do. You can go to Natural History Museum virtually. You can go to an art museum virtually. If you go into our Pumped Up Parenting group, go to Parent Resources, I believe it's in. In the beginning of COVID, I listed a whole lot of virtual trips that you can take with your kids, and that's a great thing to do during the summer. You can go to zoos. You can go all kinds of places. What a wonderful thing to be able to travel with your kids to somewhere around the world virtually. What are they interested in? Are they interested in being a vet? Are they interested in fish? You go to an aquarium. Are they interested in art? You can go to a museum. Are they interested in like Star Wars? You can go to, a museum that focuses on space. There's all kinds of things you can do virtually. So have that half hour of virtual learning time. If it's not something required by the school, be a virtual field trip. And then you have the afternoon to do fun and play and activities, video gaming. Video gaming, though, should also be worked into your schedule. so that they're not on video games for 4 or 5 hours straight. Video game, if we're putting it in the afternoons, set an hour for video game play, or a half hour here and a half hour for there. Their chores need to be included. That might be something you want to get done in the morning, so the afternoon is free. Whatever household responsibilities they have, cleaning up their room should be part of either their morning routine or their evening routine. So it's not like a separate thing. That's part of the morning. So the morning before lunch, you have breakfast. Before lunch, you're going to throw these things in. And once again, you can have your children help you design this schedule and post it somewhere, and that's the schedule you follow. Unless you have like a day trip that's going to be all day, or you're taking vacation. Clearly, that's not going to be that. But these are the important things to put in your schedule. Reading time, worksheet time, online computer time, video game time, and chore time, responsibilities to the house. We all have them. You should not be the only one doing them. So those get put into your schedule. You can talk about it as a family. Let them help you create the schedule. Don't just create the schedule and say, this is what you're doing. Let them be a part of the creation. They will appreciate the respect that shows them, and they will return the respect to you. Okay. Now, here's some things I want to give you advice on, things that are free and things that you can also do. Hold on one second. Ah, crash, boom, bam. Ah, all fall down. Okay. Here's a busy box. This is for when they come to you and say, I'm bored. Okay. I'm bored. They put in all kinds of things into this busy box. So sit down and brainstorm all things they love. Could be do a puzzle, reread your favorite book, draw a picture, make a funny face. Let them put that, and then when they come to you, which they will over the summer, and say, I'm bored, you can say busy box, and they can go pick something out of the busy box. You can put chores in there. You put anything in there. The other thing I'll add to the words, I'm bored. When my grandchildren come to me and say, Grandma, I'm bored, I look at them and I go, who's making you bored? And they know the answer to it, because only one person can make you bored, and that's you. You as a parent are not responsible for their entertainment 24/7. I'll repeat that. You are not responsible for your child's entertainment 24/7. They need to have downtime. They need to learn to entertain themselves. And if they say, I'm bored, you can first ask them who's making you bored. Second, lead them to their busy box. They can direct it however they want. Here's another great thing for chores. The roll of the dice game. Get a die, roll it, and whatever they roll is what they do for that day. The dice game, I believe, is in the file section of the Pumped Up Parenting group. You can print it out. You can change what each number means so it's in relation to your home. It's another great thing. So when it's chore break time, they can just play the dice game. Okay? All right. Here's some other fun ideas that you need to have at home to play. Blow up a bag of underinflated balloons and have them in the closet for kids to play with balloons. They're safe on a rainy day. Super fun. Beach balls, crafts, board games, puzzles. They can make obstacle courses, music, dancing. They can write their own story, baking, cooking. Let them help. Decluttering the house. Take 15-minute breaks for a declutter break. Okay, we're going to work on one spot for 10, 15 minutes, and then we're back to playing. Decorate, let them redecorate their rooms. That teaches flexibility. Hide and seek. And here are some great community freebies. The library, free. Summer festivals, most of them are free. Community pools. What? Community pools not always free. Sometimes you have to have a membership, stuff like that. The zoo, not always free, but not expensive. But where's a great place to take kids if they love animals? The pet store. And it's free, and it doesn't matter if it's raining outside. They can see fish, they can see dogs, they can see cats, lizards, birds, rats, mice, all kinds of stuff. Fun at a pet store. Garden centers are, like even Home Depots and Lowe's, walk around, look at plants, and then you can go to other real, centers that focus on gardening, botanical gardens, things like that. Outdoor concerts, super great, usually in the neighborhood, usually free. If they like boats, go to the marinas, go to the water, go to docks if you live near the water. If they like airports, most airports, especially the big international ones, have parks and viewing areas. It is so fun to lay down and watch giant airplanes come in and fly over your head. Yes, visiting the Humane Society. I love that idea, Penny. Visiting animals, taking food to them, contributing. There are kite festivals that go on in all different areas. There's so much stuff going on during the summer. Plan some outings. Go on your calendar on the internet in your area and find out what's going on. What are the summer festivities? Go to your local rec department and plan. Maybe you pick a trip, a day trip once a week, and plan and talk about it with the kids. There are a lot of free or low cost things that you can do to make your summer super special, super fun, but not lose track of what needs to be done. That was kind of a poem. I'm very good at poetry. I love poetry. Okay, so if you have any questions, put them in the comments. And I hope this helped you direct a better daily schedule for you and your children so that chaos doesn't take rule in your house. Organization, strategy, scheduling, and lots of fun replaces chaos. It's so much better for all of you. Right? Right. Okay, guys. So I hope this helped. I hope you found value. Share this out to your friends who are like, what am I going to do this summer? Share out this video. Get them started on setting up a successful summer for all of you. All right. As always, I wish you peace, love, tons of laughter. It really is the best medicine. And if you want to work with me and you're like, I need to get a solid, structured parenting plan into place so I'm not flying by the seat of my pants, go to talkwithcelia.com and let's set up a time to talk about it. In the meantime, guys, have a wonderful day, a wonderful summer. By the way, next week, I will be live at random times. I'm at a conference all next week, so I can't say when I'm going to be live. I will try to go live at certain times, but if I'm not around, know that I'm at a conference all week. Okay? Doing super things. I'm going to make an app for you guys. So you have to be a member of the Tranquility Tribe to get that app, but it is just going to be super useful and as low price as I can do it for you. And it will have a certain launch at a special price that it'll never be that low again when it's ready to go. That's what I'm working on for you next week. In the meantime, have an awesome day and thank you for joining me. Bye-bye, everyone.